Hey traders, welcome back to the channel. Happy hump day. It's Wednesday, February 26th. As you can see, I'm still long EuroCAD from last Wednesday. This is one of the longest trades that I've ever held. I'm up 183 pips. I was actually up over 200 pips last night. It has the potential to keep going higher, so my stop is locked on that, and I'm not getting out of the trade. But today, this morning, we identified a D1 long entry. The D1 is our favorite entry signal right now, is what we teach in our course. We identified the D1 on GbpNzd. I split my risk between two positions because I waited for the entry, waited for the retest, I added there, and then I waited for that level to be retested, I'm going to show you in a second, and I added to that position there. Splitting the risk between two positions just allows me to get into it slower to make sure that it's moving for me in the right direction, and it also allows me to cut the trade very quickly if I want to. I can take one position and then take the other position if it starts to turn against me. So if you're new to the channel, my name is Austin Silver. I appreciate you being here very much. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up. It helps me reach other traders in the community so we can continue to grow. We're already at 3,000 subscribers, which I appreciate so much. And make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss any future updates. Just like this one, I want you to see the daily trades. If you're watching, you've seen me crushing EuroCAD all month. I actually traded GbpNzd already this week and made money on it. Similar entry signal to today, but today the first trade is working. Yet on the other day when I was trading it, the first trade didn't work. I jumped in the other way and made my money back. Here, the first one is working. So as you can see now, I'm up 15, 16 pips. So let me get a picture of this just because I need that for my record. Cool. Let me also just show you here on the VIP chat if I pull this up. So this is where we trade with our traders every single day, right? I'm going to take a quick little photo of this and just send this over to them since this was the 1 minute structure that we were watching on TradingView, and this is what everybody in the chat was looking at. It looks great. Just stay in. So the 1 minute 800 EMA here is the 15 minute 50. That was my first take profit area. If we flip to the 15 minute, you can see the idea comes because we had a strong push up yesterday, EMAs, TDI, long biased, and we're buying it off the support level of the 200 EMA. Now it's not just like, oh, it comes to the 200, buy it. No, you need the precise entry signal, which is what I preach. It's what I teach in the courses. It's the details in your entry, your stop, and your take profit, all being predefined. And the size you should put, all being predefined. That's the system. That's why we took the entry here at the 200. Not just because it's at the 200 support, but because it was confirmed with the indicator confirmation and the price action structure that this was the entry point for the D1 entry. So now we're going to just take it candle by candle. The last 15-minute candle was bullish, broke the 8 EMA. This candle should break the 21 at least in the next 2 minutes when we close at 6:45. Right now, I am up 18 pips from one position and about 15 pips from my second position. My risk here was only 25 pips. So if I can get up 20, 25, 30, I'm gonna take some of the trade off because that's that 1R level, and I'm gonna move my stop into profit so I can't lose any money on this trade. I'm looking to take it back towards the high of day because if we are in an overall uptrend here, if you look at the 1 hour, we're coming off the 50, TDI is in the buy zone. This could be a great price to hold it for a breakout for a new high of week. The one thing, here, look at the 4 hour. Look at that TDI, beautiful in the buy zone. EMA is beautiful. So clearly long biased. The one thing about it that I think we have to factor into this, and it's something that, kept me from really hammering this trade hard, is the divergence on top here. This is why I graded it a C setup. The fact that we're under the 50 EMA, which means that we could buy it here and only get it to move to the 50 right here as it just pinned. That might be the top before it continues to the downside. The reason why it has the potential to continue down is because this is actually a D2 setup with divergence on the top and a falling RSI, and that tells me since we broke the 50, we'd go to the 200. If it breaks the 200, it could come down to the 800. But since we held the 200, since I want to stay in trend, I'm long, I'm trading in the direction of the higher time frames, and I'm thinking we've got a great entry here. Just looking at the 1 hour and the 4 hour, if we're coming off the 50 EMA like that, testing yesterday's high here, and even the high set today during the Asian session is not out of the question. And if we can get that from my entry for a new high of day, that'd be about 85 pips, about 3.3 R, which would be fantastic. So we're 30 seconds away here from the next 15-minute candle close. As you can see, it looks like we're going to body the 21. We're going to give it time. Sometimes after we have a shift candle like this back here, it drops off the 8, pulls back to the 50 and the 21, and then continues that divergence idea off the top down to the 800. And I don't want to be stuck in that. That's what happened earlier in the week on this pair. When I wasn't stuck in it, I was able to be flexible. I got back out. I'll show you right here. I was long here, and I got stopped as it broke the 200, same idea, and I got in short and made my money back short, and I didn't hold for the full move, but again, look, buying it off the 200 because everything was long biased, it wasn't working, broke the 200, and I got in short. Here, today, come to the 200, long bias, we're holding the 200, and hopefully we get that continuation to the upside. But I want to watch this 15-minute candle that just started here because it's right at the 21, and sometimes it holds the 21 and comes back down. Look what it did here. See how it comes to the 21, holds, and then comes back down? It does that often after a shift candle, so we want to pay attention. But we're up, so we're going to take it candle by candle. Up 12 pips, up 8 pips. I will be back on with you guys when I make a move or when things change. Cool? I appreciate it. If you have any questions, drop a comment down below. Let's let this thing do its work. All right, guys, it is 7:57. So as you can see, I'm now in 3 positions. I actually added to GbpNzd as it pulled back down. So I'm up 18, about 19 pips from that third entry that I just took. Now it is smaller, only about 0.25% risk, a little bit more than that, but I like the risk reward still on this setup. I'm going to show you why I added it in a second, but that position is in profit now as these other 2 positions are getting closer and closer back to their break-even point. So again, we're almost at 8 o'clock, but I like what it's doing here. So let me show you a little bit about what's been going on. So from when we took the position, it did move to that 1 minute 800 EMA, which is that first take profit area for these divergence trade ideas. Then it formed a little bit of bearish divergence. You see how the RSI is falling there, price action is rising. That told me that change could happen from the rise, and it did. It pulled all the way back down. It didn't stop me out, and now it's been building more bullish divergence here. So I actually added in just a small piece here because why not? I have my belief, I have my direction, I'm not over leveraging or over risking myself, and the risk reward is better here because the stop is very, very close to this third entry, just about 17 pips away. If we look at the 15-minute, this is what I'm looking at. Again, the move up from yesterday pulls back to the 200 EMA. It's a very significant level here. I know that we can bounce off this 200, and I just want to see it break the 8, then break the 21, then break the 50, and then head towards high of day. That's what I'm looking for here. So I wanted to come on and update you guys on where I'm at. I want to show you again here the level from yesterday where we started to slow down, right about 4:30 in the morning. It was created till about 7:30, 8 o'clock until it started to break out. We're back at that level here. So it's a really good price for me to be buying it at. I like the divergence even forming here on the 15-minute TDI. If you want to look at this with me really quick as well. You can see, it's brief, but you can see if I just erase this and this, you can see it right here. Look at the 15-minute RSI rising and price action falling just like that. So even more divergence in there telling us there's something bullish brewing in here. So it's good to be involved. I'm going to keep you guys updated, but again, I wanted to come on and just show you here. I'm up 19, 18 and a half on the third entry, a little bit smaller on the risk there. And the other 2 positions are just down slightly. We're almost back to break even there. And those entries, as you can see, are closer together. But all 3, look, very, very similar stop loss within a pip of each other. So if it comes down, all 3 will be closed. But if it continues to move higher, I mean, I have about 1.3% risk on this trade. We could pull 2.5% risk out of this if it moves as I need to. So it could be a great trade with very low risk. I hope you're learning something here. There's our 8 o'clock candle open. So we're going to give this thing time. I like the push off the 200. That previous candle right here just broke the 8 EMA. No reason to get out of this right now. I'm in it to win it. So we're going to continue to give it time, see if it builds here into the New York session, and I will come back on with you guys and update you as it plays out. All right, guys, a quick update here. It's 8:31. So the last 15-minute candle, the 8:30 candle, just opened up. I want to show you something really quick. Here you can see all 3 positions moving well. 27 pips, 2 pips, and the other trade just at about break even here. But all 3 are going to move into profit in a second. I want to show you on the 1 minute, we had that divergence. It broke, retested really well here, just a couple of pins to that 50 EMA, and then pushed off it again, breaking out for another new high, setting this what looks to be like a bullish pennant, kind of bullish channel. I don't go by those names too accurately. It's structure moving higher, meaning it's making higher highs and higher lows. If we go to the 15-minute, this is what I wanted to point out just quickly for you guys. And then we're just taking it candle by candle. There's no rush here. You see how we broke the 8 EMA 2 15-minute candles ago? Then we held and then broke the 21. That's the red line here. That tells me that we have the potential now to at least head to the 50. If we can get through the 50, then you would think we could head back towards the structure point here, 2.509, something like that. So candle by candle, we want to let it breathe. If it comes back down through the 8, that would tell us that it might come back down towards this entry. But we're not going to assume that because this could very well be a pin just picking up some last minute buy orders, whatever it's doing, before it then continues higher. It's moving in the direction that we want it to move, so we're gonna let it go candle by candle. I watch the 1 minute really a lot too in these situations to see if this TDI starts to curl over and get into this sell zone. If it does, that's another sign to me that it might be actually really coming down. But I'm happy with what it's doing. It's making good structure. It's moving in the direction I need to move, so we're gonna give it time. It's only 8:32. I appreciate you guys being here. Like I said before, let's give it some more time. Okay guys, it's 8:45, so I've got another update for you. Just a minute ago, I'm up about 40 pips, now it's pushing even more, from that entry off the 200 EMA. So what I did was I closed half of it, and I locked the stop there, 2 pips in profit. As you can see, the stop is at 2.0508. The entry price, 2.0506. So that's 2 pips in profit locked. Can't lose any money there. The other 2 entries still have their original stops in down at 2.0491. In about 19 seconds, it looks like we're going to body the 50 EMA on the 15-minute chart. And that's exactly what I wanted this thing to do, to tell me it's going to move towards high of day. So I'm treating those first 2 entries as I did when I first took them. I'm just giving them the same respect that I did all morning, and I'm going to let this continue to go, like I said to you before, candle by candle. But I wanted to come on and tell you that I did close at 40 pips, half the trade off the 200, and I locked the stop as well. So I can't lose any money there, already profitable on the day, and I feel really good about this trade. Like, staying in it, having conviction, seeing the re-entry, adding to the position, like, this is showing my evolution as a trader. This was not what I was doing 5 years ago, you know what I mean, when I first started. This has taken years to get to this level, to have the confidence to put the real money into the market and to throw it around like you're seeing. So now up 45, 44 pips, this is pretty awesome. I feel good about it. So I'm going to give it 15 more minutes at least with that body through the 15-minute 50 EMA right here. That tells me we're going to get another bullish candle most likely. So I'm going to go walk away for a minute. I'll be back. Okay, I lied. I didn't walk away for a minute. So what I just did a couple seconds ago, before I started the video here, I closed half the trade basically, and both stops on both positions that are still in are locked in profit, so I can't lose any money. So I have the position still in that I took off the 15-minute 200, and that stop is locked in profit. You can see I'm in at 2.0506, stop 2.0508. The entry from earlier this morning, I closed one of them, and the second one here at 2.0531, that stop is now at 2.0533. I closed the other half completely. So I'm profitable on the day, and now these 2 trades I can't lose any money on. And basically my thought process here is now I can take a breath for a second, because this trade was, I was sweating it. I didn't want to lose, but I wanted to show you guys that there was the potential for the re-entry. I wanted to show you that that signal was there off the D1 off the bottom, off the significant level of support on the 15 minutes. So it made sense to take the trade and still have confidence. Now why I'm getting out here is because I know it can slow down at this 15-minute 50 EMA. I said that to you guys, I think, when I took the position. I knew that that could be the level it never breaks, and then it actually does come lower off the D2 ID off the top. But still able to make some money here, having confidence and having conviction with my direction, with my bias on this pair. And I think that that's the biggest thing I want you guys to take out of the video today, because now the trades are profitable, even if they come down and stop me out. Like I said, can't lose any money because the stops are in profit. I'm going to let the trade go all day, but I'm hoping that seeing this today, seeing me actually go into drawdown, which doesn't happen too often, seeing this and then seeing the conviction, like I said, to get back in, to actually add to the position, to trust my stops, seeing that, I hope motivates you to go trade a system, to go find a system, build a system, test a system. You don't have to buy my course and take our system and join us. I don't care. I want you to find a system that works for you, because that's the only thing that's kept me profitable, is knowing where my stops should go, knowing how much risk should be on these trades, knowing when I can add, and knowing when I have to get out. That's it. So now I'm going to let this thing go. Like I said, can't lose any money. It's 9 o'clock. I'm going to go make some breakfast, go talk to Rye, and have myself a morning. So I think what I'll do is probably come back in a little bit and update you guys on the trade, however I end it, whether I close some more of it, whether I get stopped in profit, or if it continues and maybe goes towards high of day. We'll see how things play out, but I'm going to let this trade go for a little bit. All right, guys, it's 9:10. As you can see, I'm out of GbpNzd completely. As it started to push back down here on the 1 minute, as it got closer and closer to the stop, I was like, look, I'll just take the win. I'm happy. I'm done. I'm going to move on. Not so much that I'm done trading. I'm going to still look around and see if there's anything else. But with this trade, the way I've handled it, the way I stuck in, I was patient, found the position to add in, and then that even helped me make this trade more profitable than it originally was going to be. I'm very content with this. So I hope that the recap here, the live walkthrough, walked you through exactly how I handled these trades, and I hope that that helps you make better trading decisions going forward. If you have any questions about how I'm identifying exactly where to get in on this divergence, how I'm identifying exactly which pair to look at and get down to the 1 minute time frame on, there's information in the link down in the links in the description down below. You can check out the starter pack, check out the Black Shirt Club. Any questions you have about that stuff, please reach out to me. But overall here, I think the biggest thing we can take out of this for you and me, before I journal it, before I mark it up, before I do any of that stuff, which I always share with the VIP guys, but before we even do that, the biggest thing we can take out of this is just that patience pays. You don't have to flip bias. You don't have to buy, sell, buy, sell. You don't have to go trade 15 pairs. All you got to do is find one pair, find a bias that makes sense, have conviction behind that, and then identify good risk-reward opportunities using a profitable system. So I hope this helps. As this trade comes down, it looks like it was good that I closed it here a little early. So awesome. It's 9:15. I'm out for breakfast. Have a great rest of your day, everybody, and I'll catch you guys in the next trade.